I think knowing people and having grown up people from the community itself has helped me have the kind of empathy that I do for the community. Not because they are different, but also because I think for any human, for that matter, anybody treated with injustice or made to feel like they don't belong is not okay. We do criminalize homosexuality in Bhutan. Nobody has been persecuted because of the law till date, like through history. And we do not have the kind of backlash that the community experiences in other parts of the region in other countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. So we don't have that. They may be bullying, they may be teasing, there may be a little bit of ostracization, but nobody is persecuted and nobody is beaten up or killed just because they belong to the community. So we don't have to be as aggressive in the campaign. But it's interesting again when you're like a female journalist and you want to talk about the LGBTIQ community, and then first of all they troll you for your sexuality and they're like, you're probably bisexual, you have like a vested interest in this, you have an agenda, or you are lesbian and you're hiding it and you want, and then most of the time they accuse me of bringing in Western ideology and that LGBTIQ is imported and it's not natural. So I think wanting to educate people as much as I can educate myself, also take them along on this journey. So I think this is why people also read the things that I write and also watch the things that I put up, because I don't make it seem like I'm preaching from like a high horse or like this, it's like a moral perch that I'm talking to. So the first time I knew that there was like there were real Bhutanese in the LGBTI Bhutanese was when a Bhutanese Twitter handle, LGBT Bhutan, got in touch with me. Then I decided to meet one of the administrators of LGBT Bhutan, and then there was this young Bhutanese boy in front of me. Then he introduced me to two other friends who were gay as well, and then I was like, wow, there's like Bhutanese there, because so far they were invisible. It was like we knew that there were some people in the transgender, and I think two of them were publicly known by then, but like anybody from the gay community, no. Lesbian community, no. Bisexual, no. But we know that they're there, but they were not very visible. So I think from the and then meeting them and then realizing that they had no role models, like they didn't know that there were other people like them, that really stunned me, especially because I grew up mostly outside of Bhutan, and then to go back and then to find so many young Bhutanese so lonely and that they are the only ones and they don't know what's happening to them. I mean, Pema from Bhutan, who's here as well, he was telling me that the first time he knew that there were other people like him in Bhutan was through my story that I put on the national broadcaster. So ever since then I was thinking, oh, you know, they are Bhutanese, they're just like me and they should know that they belong and there are other people like them. They shouldn't feel lonely. Like the first boy I met, he said he knew that he was normal because he saw Ellen DeGeneres, and then he found the It Gets Better project online, so he's followed that. Then he met other young people. Now with the internet it's become so much easier, but then there are so many people who make the laws who think that people in the community who are gay are criminals in the country. So that needs to change. So a lot of things need to be done at the policy level, and then also when it comes to provision of health services, to understand one's sexuality, so education as well as health. So there's a lot of work that's to be done, and I think it was unintentional. I don't think I ever put myself out there as an ally, but after I did these stories, then I went on radio interviews, and then I was educating other journalists on the terminologies in the LGBTIQ community because they weren't doing their homework, and I'm there and I'm like, no, that's not what you say. You say this, what you're doing is wrong. So I think it's because of that they saw me as an ally.